Do you ever walk through your front door and instantly feel stuck? The bags, the shoes, the piles of "I'll deal with it later," and instead of a warm welcome, you get the "oh no." But here's the truth. Your home entrance should welcome you, not overwhelm you. And when it's designed well, it can completely change the way your home feels. So today I'm going to show you how to avoid the 5 most common entrance design mistakes and how to create an entryway that feels calm, organized, and let's say more like you. Hello everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lorenzo Centioni and I'm the Italian architect based in London and founder of Centioni Architects. Over time I realized one thing: we often obsess over bathrooms, living rooms, bedrooms, but what we do, we neglect the entryways. And that's a big mistake. So in today's video we're going to dive into what not to do, how to make it instead, and at the end I want to take you through a couple of case studies where we can look at how I would design entrances. A lot of you requested this topic, so I thought let's do a proper video. Ready? Let's get started. Number 1. What you get nowadays. The 5 most common entrance mistakes and how to fix them. Let's be honest, most entrances today just don't work. Whether you are in the UK, the US or anywhere else really, the problem persists. You walk into a home and in the next 2 seconds you think, oh my god, where am I? And it's not your fault, not the homeowner's fault. The problem is because most entrances were never designed. They just exist. Let's look at these 5 common mistakes and what I will do instead. Mistake number 1, no threshold or buffer zone. One of the biggest design flaws in modern apartment designs is that the entrance door opens directly into the living room. No transition, no privacy, no moment to adjust from outside to inside. Guests see everything instantly. The sofa, the kitchen, the mess, the family, the entire house. Noise, drafts, outdoor smells, they all rush in with you. There's simply no boundary between the home and the outside world. So here's the fix. Create a proper threshold. Even a small one makes a massive difference. You have 2 excellent options in my opinion. Option A, double doors between the entrance and living space. Option B, a 2-step entrance, or you can also refer to it as a 2-layer entry. This is an ideal setup and it works even in small homes. So you have a main front door with a small landing area and then a second set of doors into the home. The key message is that a good entrance slows you down, and a threshold, whether it's double doors or a 2-layer entry, is the easiest way to create a true sense of arrival. Mistake number 2, no storage, no drop zone. You come in with coats, bags, mail and groceries and suddenly you realize there's nowhere to put any of it. So what happens? All of that lands on floors, on a chair, on the stairs, or on top of an ever-growing pile of clutter. Does that sound familiar? Your entrance isn't messy because you are messy. It's messy because the space gives you 0 support. So here's my fix. Build a small but mighty landing zone. It could be slim built-in cupboards, a bench with shoe storage, wall hooks at adult height, please not a dwarf height or an NBA player height, just the right height for you. And it can also be understairs storage, like drawers or cabinets. The key message here is that, again, you are not messy, but the problem is that there's a lack of a design system. Mistake number 3, bad lighting, bad mood. Many entrances are the darkest part of the home. No windows, one sad ceiling bulb, and dark corners everywhere. Lack of proper lighting makes the home feel colder, smaller, and unwelcoming from the moment you walk in. So here's my fix. Use layered lighting, like a warm overhead lighting, a wall or pendant lights to soften the corridor, a small lamp on a console, a mirror to reflect light, lighter finishes on walls or floors. Great lighting can transform your entrance from "oh no" to "oh wow." Mistake number 4, poor flow and confusing circulation. Many entrances act like corridors you want to escape as soon as possible. The path into the home is unclear. Furniture might block movement. The result is that the space feels tight, awkward and somehow rushed. There's no sense of direction, no intuitive flow. So here's the fix. Design the entrance as a calm, transitional space, not a passageway. Define an entrance zone with a rack or a console. Keep the pathway always clear. Align the first view intentionally. Correct door swings if needed. The key message is that good flow from the entrance to the opposite point of your home makes any home feel larger, calmer, and above all, more intentional. Mistake number 5, the soulless leftover entrance. Too many entrances look like the space that got whatever was left. Mismatched furniture, empty walls, dull flooring, no personality, no warmth, no story. It's technically useful because, that's how you get into your home, but emotionally pretty dry. So here's the fix. Give your entrance the same care you give to any other room in your home. Durable, beautiful flooring. Select the best possible color or wallpapers if you like. Don't forget about focal point. It could be a pendant, art, or mirror. Again, don't forget a plant or greenery, not fake plants. You could also explore using a scent that signals I'm home. In other words, use those small touches that really reflects you. Your entrance doesn't need to be big or majestic. All it needs to do is to be designed around your idea of welcoming your guests and welcoming you as well when you come back from a long day of work. Before we jump into the 2 case studies, a big thank you to the sponsor of this video, Rayon Design. Here at Centioni Architects, we're always trying to explore new ways of designing and how to make the visual representation of our drawings more beautiful and effective for the clients. That's why I'm using Rayon Design to prepare drawings, including details, for some of my clients. It's such a good tool. They recently implemented new AI features that will help you to basically create blocks just out of an image. That's fantastic. Not only that, but you can also use this inbuilt AI tool to transform 2D drawings into 3D axonometric views. That's fantastic. If you are a designer or a homeowner wanting to experiment with new layout ideas, maybe for your entrance, they've got the right tool for you. I use Rayon Design for the next 2 case studies, so have a look at it and let me know what you think. Why don't you download it? It's free and I will leave all the links in my description. Check it out. Thanks again, Rayon Design. Chapter number 2, 2 case studies. Right, so let's have a look at this one here. It's a family home, about 120 square meters or so. It's very typical in London to have this very tiny corridor in here. So that's most likely around 800 to 1000 millimeters, so quite narrow. So what would you do here in terms of, improving this entrance? My first thoughts, and this is a real challenge, isn't it? So my first thoughts would be to create some sort of alcove in here. So let's align this wall to this wall of here to this wall. This could, in theory, create an alcove in here. Obviously, we will remove this wall, so that will create some space for a bench or hanging clothes in here, and this will be the bench where someone is basically sitting, right? I think it's a bit weird because it will create less space in the reception room. However, because there's no chimney in here, which is usually located in this place, I think we could create some sort of nice built-in furniture with some shelves on this side. Yeah, I think this could potentially be a solution. So let's have a look at how it looks like on Rayon Design. So you can see what I've done here. Effectively, on the left side, now I've created this nice bench where someone can actually put their shoes on, or as this lady is doing, is probably reading the emails before she goes to work. Don't do that, please. And then effectively, we're not really reducing that much the reception room, as you can see. So because we can have, the TV stand on the left side and a lovely sofa to the right, and then that creates another niche where you can have shelves to the south of the bench. So yeah, I think this is probably a better entrance than what you see on the right. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's have a look at this other example here, which is probably slightly easier than the previous one. So we've got this, what I don't like of this one is that you enter from here and then immediately you've got a wall in front of you, then most likely a utility cabinet on this side, and then if you want to get into the flat, you just get through a door, and then right after it there's suddenly a staircase that brings you up. Or if you turn right, you go into the reception room and the kitchen dining. So let me delete all of that for you. So what I think we should do in here is changing a couple of things. So number one will be, do we really need this door? If we don't need it from a fire escape point of view, so you always need to check with your fire engineer. If that's not the case, then what we could do is create a lovely arch. So effectively you won't see any door. It will be just an opening, and if we were to draw it in, kind of an axonometry, it would be like a nice arch like this. There you go. Hopefully that gives you an idea. Instead of being a boring door, it gives a bit of flavor to the interior design of this house. So that would be one intervention to the left. On the right side, let's have a look whether we need this utility cupboard or not. We do need storage, but I can see from this plan there's plenty of storage in here. So what I would do, I would most likely turn this one here into a lovely corner where you have again probably something to hang your clothes on this side, and then here you could have a lovely bench or maybe an inbuilt cabinet that will look like in 3D again. It will most likely look like something like that. So you've got effectively a bench somewhere here where you can sit. Oh, this is a human with legs, and then on top you will have some drawers. So obviously this is a horrible sketch. I'm just doing it as we speak, but that gives you an idea of what this space could be. I think there's a window in there which we could leave as it is. Right, so let's have a look at rayon design on this one. Okay, so for this one here, which was slightly easier than the previous one, what I've done effectively, I created another bench on the right side with an overhead cabinet. Sorry for the horrible sketch I've done before, but I think this one, it's a bit more understandable. And then you've got a shoe rack here to the right of the door, and then in front of it you've got a nice kind of a platform where you can put candles, your keys, sunglasses or whatever right below the window that faces onto the kitchen. And then, as I said before, I removed this door and I created a lovely arch. So I think this one is a much better solution than what you see to the right. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. Or if you disagree as well, let me know what you would do better. Chapter number 3, bringing it all together. You don't need a huge entrance. You don't need a grand foyer or a double height ceiling or marble floors. What you do need is a designed entrance. A well-designed entrance does a few things for you. It gives you a place to land, a spot to drop your coat, your bag, your mail, without feeling like you're creating a mess. It gives you light that lifts your mood, light that says you're home now, slow down, light that makes even the smallest space feel warm and welcoming. It gives you a moment to breathe. Not a rush, not chaos, just a small pause, the space between the outside world and your private life. And above all, it gives you identity. A plant, a photo, a piece of art, a color you love, something that tells your story before you've taken 2 steps inside. Because your entrance is more than a hallway. It's the handshake of your home. It's the first impression and the reset button. It tells you and anyone else who's entering your home what kind of home they're stepping into. Remember that in home design, small changes can actually have a big emotional impact. So by redesigning this small space, you will set the tone for the entire home. And more importantly, you will give yourself a calmer, easier and more beautiful return every single day. Thanks for watching the whole video. If this resonated with you, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I post a video or 2 every single week on how to make your home work better for you. And do me a favor, share this video with a friend or family member who keeps complaining about their entrances. Yes, they will thank you later. Now I want to hear from you from the comment section below. What is your biggest entrance frustration, if there's one? What would you change of your entryway? Tell me in the comments. I read all of them and I'm trying to respond to each of you. If you'd like redesigning your entrance, or why not, the entire home, there's a link in the description on how to reach me. And yes, I work with clients internationally too. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.